Good morning, students. Welcoming to the next video class, children. How are you all? So I hope all are fine. Okay. Yes, good. Have you learned that is previous class portion, children? Say yes or no? Have you prepared? Yes, good. So the next week you are going to write one small test, children. So only objective type question only. So all should prepare your portions thoroughly. Okay. So before class means so end of this viruses only. You must prepare it and write your exam well. You are going to write a first exam. That things you have to keep it in your mind, children. Please all of you prepare well and write your exam also well. Clear? Yes, good. So today's class we are moving in the next topic, children. Classification of living world. Okay. So the next topic, classification of living world. First of all, what do you mean by classification, children? Do you have any idea? What does mean by classification? Very good. So classifying the plants, isn't it? Very good. The classifying or studying the characteristic features, isn't it? So that's the purpose only. We need to classifying the living organisms. Is it clear, children? Yes, good. First one, if we are living in the earth, so many things are there, isn't it? In and around us, so many living organisms are there, isn't it? If we are, just imagine, if we are going in one of the field trip, one hill station means, what are the things you are going to see, children? Yes, very good. First one, birds, isn't it? Animals. Yes, good. Plants. Plants means varieties of the habit of the plants, isn't it? Small plants, trees like plants, very good. Herbs like plants, creepers, isn't it? The varieties of the plants. Yes, good. Then also, very good. Mountains, isn't it? These are all the things you are going to see, isn't it? So what does mean by? I mean, classification means if you want to study the characteristic features, not it possible, learn that together, isn't it? If we are categorizing separately, the plants means separately, animals means separately, and then non-living things, that also separately means we will be categorized and we will be learned that is the salient features or that is some of the characteristic features. Clear, children? That purpose only very important for that classification. For classification is mainly we are going to, very good, comparing and understanding, that is studying of this organisms, living organism. That's the purpose only. Very important things to we want to classify the organisms. Understood, ma'am? So this purpose only, that's so many attempts they made, that is some of the taxonomists. Okay. Based on that, that's first, that is the person is coming, Theophrastus. This person is the father of botany. Okay. So this person is the father of botany. So this person, the plants are, okay, so mainly that person, the plants are classified into, that is related to the habits, trees, shrubs, and so there is the herbs like plants. Okay, based on that morphological characters, that person is, they classifying in, that is the plants into the three classes. Clear? The next one, the next person, that's the next taxonomist, that's the second one is Aristotle. So this person, the animals are classified. Okay, the animals are they classified into mainly two. One is anemia and another one is anemia. Clear? I mean, anemia means with red blood cells. Okay, that type of the organisms are placed under this. Clear? Then anemia means without there is a red blood cells means, so that type of the organisms are they placed under this item. Clear children? Say yes or no. Who's the person name? Who discovered which taxon? Who discovered this is that? Very good. So that is the person name is Aristotle. Clear? The next one is Carl Linnaeus. Okay. The Carl Linnaeus, this person, they first classifying that is the living organisms into two, mainly two. Okay. What are the two main, that's a classification means, first one is, if it is that is the living organism, plants means they classifying into plants, and then animals means, so they classified into animals. So mainly the two system of classification is proposed, that person name is known as Carl Linnaeus. Clear children? Say yes or no? Yes, very good. Our two kingdom system of classification proposing that person name is known as Carl Linnaeus. Understood, ma'am? But this person, they classifying this is the organisms, no? The classification that made, but some of the drawbacks. What are the drawbacks means? They are mentioning in 2 points. Clear? One is prokaryotic and eukaryotic organism, that person is they placed in a same category, same kingdom. Clear? Then also fungal is the one of the heterotrophic organisms, but that person they cannot be classified into separate kingdom of this fungal organism, but that person is they placed under that is a very good photosynthetic organism. Okay, I mean that's a photosynthetic plants only, that person is they placed under this is a fungal organism, but that is they comes under in a heterotrophic organisms. Clear children? So that is the certain drawbacks. That's a failure of this two kingdom system of classification. Clear? Then pass to that is the three kingdom system of classification and four kingdom system of classification and five kingdom. The five kingdom is the one of the effective classification system. Okay? But three kingdom system of classification means, so there is the addition of this one of this kingdom is the protesting. Okay? First one, two kingdom system. So that's a person name is known as Carl Linnaeus. That person is they classified into living organism as two, Plantae and Animalia kingdom. The next one, the three kingdom classification. So that's a person name is known as Ernest Haeckel. Okay. So that person is they classified into three kingdom, Protestia, Plantae, Animalia. Clear? Then next one is four kingdom system of classification. That person name is known as Copeland. Okay, that's the person name is known as Copeland. That person is they classified into mainly four kingdom, Monera, Protestia. Very good. So that is the Plantae and Animalia. Understood, children? The next one is that's one of the effective system. So that is the five kingdom system of classification. Clear, children? Do you follow this? Yes, good, very good. The five kingdom system of classification only we are going to learn, that's a detailed study. Clear? This five kingdom system of classification that's proposed, that's the person name is known as R.H. Whittaker. Clear? So that's he is an American taxonomist in the year of 1969. Okay? So that's the five kingdom system of classification proposed, that's the person name, taxonomist name is R.H. Whittaker. He is an American taxonomist in the year of, he proposed that the year is the 1969. Clear, children? Yes. So here, the five kingdom system of classification. Okay? The five kingdom system of classification, so many characters. Okay? That's a so many characters based only. That's a person, they dividing that's the living organisms into five kingdoms. What are the five kingdoms means? First one is Monera, Protestia, Fungi. That person is they involved, that's a separate kingdom for fungi, Plantae, Animalia. So these are the five kingdoms that person is they classified into separately. Clear, children? Yes. Next I am going to tell about what is the needs for classification. Okay, what is the need for classification? Classification is very important, but if you want to relate some things means, okay, based on some common characteristic features means, that is the classification is very, very important. So that's a classification. So that first one is relating the things. Relating the things means just, so this is the monocot plants, this is the dicot plants. So that is the relations we are giving means some certain common characters. Common characters means that the leaf or, so there is the symbol leaf. The leaves are compound leaf. So this is the rootless, they present stab root. So this is the rootless presents more, fibrous roots. Okay, these are the common relations. The relationship to relating the things based on a common characteristic features. Okay. The next one, defining the organism. This is the organism means. So that one they based on some salient features based. Okay. Some of the salient features based only they are defining certain type of the organisms. Understood, ma'am? The next one helps to understanding the study of this phylogenetic relationship. Okay. So helping to understanding that is a phylogenetic character. Phylogenetic character means from which oneness this organism is derived or originated. Okay, these are the studies related. That's also very important for that the study of this classification. Clear, children? So this is the certain needs of this classification. Then let us come back to this is a 5 kingdom system of classification. 5 kingdom system of classification, already I told what are the 5 major 5 kingdom of systems, children? Very good. First one is Monera, Protestia, very good. Then third one, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia, very good. So these are the 5 kingdom system of classification. But this 5 kingdom system of classification, all of you listen carefully, okay? So these are the 5 kingdom system of classification. What is that? I mean, some of this main characters based. I mean, so there is the which base that the person is, they are classified. This is the 5 kingdom system of classification means based on that. First one is cell structure based. Okay, first one is that's a cell structure based. And the next one, so there is a thallus organization. How that's the body structure is there. Okay, so how is it presents that is the body structure. That based they are classifying this is the 5 kingdom system of classification. Next one. About that is nutrition. That's how that's a mode of the nutrition is present in an organism. That base they are classifying the organisms. Understood, children? The next one, sometimes they are giving in a certain phylogenetic characters from which one is originated, from which one they comes to that is this line. So these are the things. Okay, some of the phylogenetic relationship characters. These are the major criteria. Okay, set up and then they are classified into the living organisms into mainly 5 kingdoms. Clear, children? Say yes or no? These are the salient features based only. They are giving in a first one. What are the classes? What are the kingdoms names, children? Very, very important for that is the kingdoms, children. So all should learn thoroughly. First one is Monera, Protestia, very good, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Okay, so these are the very good. So these are the 5 kingdom system of classification. So here this is the salient features. Okay, so that's the salient features based. They are given that's another tabular column. Already we know this is all the things. Okay, if first suppose that's a cell structure. Cell structure means so there is a Protestia, Monera, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. So these are the kingdoms. Okay, these kingdoms, which type of the cell structure is present in each type of this kingdom. Okay, which type? I mean, for example, Monera. So that means so there is a prokaryotic organism means. Okay. The prokaryotic organisms means that others they placed under that's a cell structures. So prokaryotic these types means they are placed to under that's a kingdom of which one? Monera. Clear children? So like that, so that's a protestia means, so that's a eukaryotic, fungi means eukaryotic. Okay, so these are the characters based, certain characters they are commonly set it, and then that based only they are placing under that's a living organisms into separate kingdoms. Clear children? Say yes or no? So many that's things regarding, I mean so many characters regarding they are giving in that's the each kingdoms wise. Okay, just you refer, this is the tabular column, you should know, familiar, already you learned all these terms. What do you mean by eukaryotes? You know that. What do you mean by prokaryotic organism? You know that. And then what do you mean by multicellular? And what do you mean by unicellular? And then the cell wall is which substance is there. Okay. Then which type of nutrition? Nutrition means so mainly they presence in a phototrophic and very good heterotrophic. Phototrophic also there is presence in a two types. One is photoautotrophic and photohemotrophic. Clear? So these type of, suppose animals means that's a holozoic mode of nutrition. So this like only. So they are giving in a point size. Okay. Then finally they are giving in a movement. Movement means so that it can movable or immovable, mortality or non-mortality character. That also they are mentioning in a, that's a criteria for this is the characteristic features, comparison studies of this classification of living organisms. Understood children? Then finally they are giving in each kingdoms. Okay, the kingdom means you know that. First one Monera, Protestia, Fungi. Very good. Don't forget this name. Very important. Sometimes they will ask, that's a 2 mark question. What are the kingdoms comes under in a 5 kingdom system of classification? You must write, this is the answer. Monera, Protestia, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Clear children? Are you know? Yes, good. So all of you keep it in your mind children. That's the 5 names you should thoroughly learn. Okay. Yes. The next one finally they are given there is a certain examples of this particular kingdoms. Okay. So suppose Monera means what are the examples are coming and Protestia. So that like they are giving in this is the tabular column. Clear children? So just you refer and read it and you will understand all this concept. Okay. So already familiar of this all the words children. Which type of this characteristic features they are placing under in each kingdoms wise. Understood ma'am? Yes. Next we are going to move this is the 5 kingdom system of classification. What are the merits and demerits of this system? Okay. So the next one is we are going to learn about this is the merits of 5 kingdom system of classification and the next one is demerits of 5 kingdom classification. Okay. But first of all, this 5 kingdom system of classification, okay, if we are looking the merits means, first they are placed that cell structure based, okay, the complexity of the cell structure based they are dividing the organism, and the next one that's a thallus organization based, the body structures based, and then the mode of nutrition based they are arranging the living organisms into separate kingdom. This is the one of the advantages, I mean merits of this system of classification. Clear children? The next one, if we are looking, this is a 5 kingdom system of classification that R.H. Whittaker, that's a taxonomist name, that person they giving in a separate kingdom for that's a fungal organisms. The fungus is the one of the major area. Okay, so that person they placed under this is the living organism in a separate category. This is also one of these advantages, I mean merits of this 5 kingdom system classification. Understood children? Say yes or no pa? Yes. Then if we are looking merits means demerits also there, isn't it? But what does the demerits means? So first one, this person, so I mean, so most of them, this is that autotrophic and heterotrophic organism. If we are looking, this is the Protostia and there is the Monera group. Okay, these two. the first two kingdoms, Monera and Protestia. Okay, so these two kingdoms, that person cannot be differentiated in an autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. That's one of the drawback. Okay, that's one of the demerit of the system. I mean, these two systems, autotrophic and heterotrophic organisms, are placed under in that's each kingdom's wise. Okay, autotrophic, heterotrophic organisms are placed under that's Monera and Protestia group is in that same. Clear? This is one of the drawbacks of this system, or this is the demerit of this system. And also, if we are referring, this is a 5 kingdom system of classification, means that person is not included in a viruses, okay, not living in a separate kingdoms for virus. That is the one of the demerit of the system. Okay, children, virus is the very important one of this living and non-living characteristic we just tell that things, that organisms are not included in this is the classification of this 5 kingdom system of classification. Clear, children? This is the another one demerit of this system. Understood? So this is the one of the 2 more questions. Each heading size you should prepare. Okay. What is the merits of this 5 kingdom system of classification? And the next one is what is the demerits of this 5 kingdom system of classification. Understood, children? Say yes or no? Yes, good. Next one, we are moving, there is some of this. Then in advanced way, okay? So in advanced, they are framing in some of those additional system of classification also. So based on that, 6 kingdom system of classification and 7 kingdom system of classification also recently they are discovered. Okay, so let us see one by one. First one, that's 3 domains that is proposed. That person name is known as coral ooze and co-workers. Okay, so the 3 domains of life in a living organism. So that proposed, that's a person, that's discovered, that's a person, the taxonomist name is known as Carol Woos and the co-workers. In the year of 1990, they discovered that's the 3 domains in their life. Okay. Based on that's the 3 domains of the life is that first one is, the first domain is the bacteria, archaea and eukarya. So these are the 3 domains of this living organisms. Clear, children? Yes. Next one, they propose that is the 6 kingdom system of classification. Okay, the 6 kingdom system of classification, they propose that by Thomas Cavalier Smith. Okay, so that person is proposing this is the 6 kingdom system of classification in the year of 1998. So here, first one, you know that clear concept about that's a 5 kingdom system of classification. Monera, Protestia, very good, fungi, plantae, animalia. Clear, children? Is it thorough? Yes. Here, 6 kingdom system of classification means again from that's a 5 kingdom system of classification. First kingdom, that's a Monera is classified into 2. Clear, children? That Monera is classified into 2 kingdoms means first one is Archaebacteria and another one is Eubacteria. Clear, ma? The first one, the Monera kingdom. From that you will be framing or developing in that advanced system of classification. This classification based, first one of this Monera kingdom, they divided into 2. So that's the 2 are, one is Archaebacteria and another one is Eubacteria. Clear, children? Then remaining, this is that. So continuously, I mean Protestia. First one is Monera, so not coming, but that is instead of that one, they are dividing into 2, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Then first 2, isn't it? Then third one, Protestia, and fourth one, fungi, and fifth one, plantae, sixth one, animalia. This is the system of classification. Are you clear? Sometimes they will ask that's a 2 or 3 more question based. What are the kingdoms or they comes under in a 6 kingdom system of classification, 5 kingdom system of classification, or that is a 7 kingdoms also they recently they discovered. Okay? Yes, good. Next one, the 7 kingdom system of classification. This is proposed, that's the person name is known as Ruggiero, okay, Ruggiero et al. That's a group of the person in the year of 2015, okay, 2015 they have discovered that's a 7 kingdom system of classification. This 7 kingdom system of classification, first they are divided, they are grouped in a 2 super kingdoms, okay, that's based on that's a 2 super kingdom is one is prokaryota and another one is eukaryota. Clear children? What are the 2 super kingdoms children? Very good. Prokaryota and eukaryota. Then again they are dividing in it. First mainly that's a 7 kingdom is there, but that one that says upon that's a 7 kingdom of system classification. Mainly they are dividing in it. These 7 classes are 2 super kingdoms. So that one is, first one is prokaryota and another one is eukaryota. Clear children? Then prokaryota means, so they comes under in a 2 kingdoms, that is comes under archaebacteria and eubacteria. Already we learned this is one. Previous that is 6th one. Okay. Then 7th system of classification means some of this practical extensions and mean that the practical oriented they are developed, they are advancedly framing that is a 7 kingdom system of classification. Understood children? Yes. Then eukaryota means, so there comes under the remaining 5 kingdoms. Protozoa, chromista, fungi, plantae and animalia. Okay, this the names only little difficult. 1 or 2 times if you are prepare means you can easily learn. Clear children? Yes, good. Once again, what are the eukaryota super kingdoms comes under? Which are the kingdoms children? Protozoa, chromista, very good. Fungi, plantae, animalia. Once again, what is that? Good. First one is protozoa, chromista, clear, very good. Fungi, plantae, animalia. Clear children? Then finally, how many kingdoms are coming? First one is archaebacteria, eubacteria, third one is protozoa, fourth one is chromista, fifth one fungi, sixth one plantae and seventh one is animalia. So this like only they are framing in a 7 kingdom system of classification. Understood children? Say yes or no? Yes, very good children. So here, this is one of the new kingdom system of classification, chromista. Okay, the chromista means so this is that which type of the organisms they are placed under this kingdom means. I mean that's a algal organism. Most of the algal organisms and algal organism they are having the chloroplast of chloroplast A, B, chlorophyll A and B, C. So these are the contenders presence means that type of the algal organism, and Mumicetous class of this some species, and then so their presence in a diatomus algal organisms, dinoflagellates. So these are the algal species only. Particularly they are placed under in that the new kingdom of chromista. Clear children? Sometimes they will ask this chromista kingdoms, what are the things they are placed, what are the living organisms are placed under that means, so you can write. Clear ma? Yes. So this is the overall idea we got it through. This is the classification of living world. The first one, mainly this topic fully you want to prepare one word based. Okay children? Then apart from that one word, you should prepare this is the three more questions children. First one is what is the needs of classification. Okay. Second one, merits of classification. Okay. Third one, so there is the demerits of classification. Clear children? Then again, some of the 2 more questions based, they are asking in the 5 kingdom system of name that's a 5 kingdom system of classification, name that is 6 kingdom system of classification, name that is 7 kingdom system of classification. So this like only they will ask that is a 2 mark based. Clear children? Then already I said each line by line you read it and prepare some of the one word questions. Okay children, so all should prepare thoroughly children. Thank you students, thank you.